Angeles, y'all ready to get this Mountain Dew Elimination Final started? It's gonna be a banger. Trust me when I say that. Coming to the stage first, it doesn't matter who stands in their way, they're ready for whatever. Los Angeles, get ready to phase up because here comes Atlanta.
Arcitys! Cellium gets the entire team! aBeZy going huge off the rotation single-handedly. It's the guts! It's the glory! It's the championship for FaZe!
Los Angeles, make some noise! Here comes Atlanta FaZe. We got Cellium, Arcitys, aBeZy, and Simp! Atlanta FaZe.
This team is trying to etch themselves in Call of Duty history as the best roster of all time. A win in this tournament and a ring would cement that legacy. If they lose here, they still have to grind to get to it. It's gonna be so tough versus the Seattle Surge. Let's bring them out, guy.
It is absolutely gonna be tough, but will the tides turn again? Let's find out. Here comes Seattle.
Yeah, the wood is yours. It's never over.
The Banana picks up the kills. Another for Priestahh. Accuracy for the team. Trying to come on. Long run. That's what you want to do. Oh my God, Mack. Come around the corner in time, and you bet we can get him off. That's one thing. If they kill him, it is done. Oh my God, no. Here we go. It's a couple more kills and they get it. Seattle, hold on. They line up for him.
Galen Center, make some noise for the Seattle Surge. Simp, accuracy, Mack, Pred, your Seattle Surge.
Two rookies making a hell of a resume this season, looking for their second chip of the year, but now having to go through the Tiny Terrors with it all set on the main stage, head-to-head, all season. It all comes down to this. Blaze, I think I speak for everyone when we are ready to get this series started.
We are absolutely ready to get this started. So without further ado, I'll toss to your casters. It's Maven and Murk.
All right, thank you, Blaze. Well, we casted this last time, and Joe, it might have been the match of the tournament.
Match of the year?
You think about those hard points, they were absolutely ludicrous. I mean, two of the best we've had all year in one series. Give me that again.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping for it, right? But there's a little bit of a change. We're gonna have 4 of the maps be the same, but we're gonna have a Paulehx to start. And I actually like this from Atlanta FaZe, right? Switch it up a little bit. We saw what was going on with their Berlin hardpoint, Gavutu. I mean, that's just been Surge's veto all year long. Now you are gonna have to deal with, they just got off a very hot match, right? Deal with that first push.
I guess I was expecting maybe the same hard points because how close they were. Is this because like they're just coming off of Berlin maybe? That play into it?
I mean, well, no. I mean, FaZe lost Berlin, right? It's not where they've looked great. I guess
well, I mean, it was a really close game. I mean, like Seattle just playing it in the last series.
Maybe I just think it's the better call for Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather see them on Bokash.
You and I have said multiple times, like when they are playing well there, they look like the best Bokash team. Like they're the one team that has like just blown people out at times on that map. Like getting 100-point wins, which is insane, but yeah, who is gonna make it to a championship Sunday? Thieves just waiting in the wind. FaZe, Surge, ready to go to war. Give me something a little like what we saw last time, because my God, that was a blast.
It's been a long day. Last match, let's get freaky.
I like that. I'm ready to get freaky, yeah. So much pressure on these two teams. On one side, all the experience in the world. The other, the rookies looking to establish themselves into a championship Sunday, and away we go. The cage to start us off. And Simp, he's looking to rebound in a big way.
I mean, let's talk about it, right? Vetoes are always changing tournament to tournament. We have not seen a lot of Bokash hardpoint. I think maybe this is the second or third one all weekend long. It's been so much Berlin, Gavutu, Tuscan, but we're here. Now, the key for me, I mean, yeah, if you're FaZe, right? They just got off a match, and I mean, right, we talk about that third guy, Mack for Seattle was just on fire. And sometimes he has the ability to take over the entire map.
Well, his head got taken clean off as Cellium with some quality beams, but Simp threw the double on the kill feed right there to go with it. Nobody earning a ton of time as we're just dancing around this central hard point. Once again, 2 for 2. Let's see if RC's and aBeZy can chain this into anything. Trying to get into the point. I thought they were to get him on the cross. They do. And then you see the player's POV just get clotheslined. But now we look to get set up for second. Spawns sometimes don't mean a lot on Bokash, but let's see what FaZe can do with this.
Yeah, I mean, they got the flip, but Simp was able to find a couple of kills on, inside a barn. So you had one player just have to give up that flank, but they're able to deal with it. But that's why you have Seattle with the pressure on the hill. But FaZe are going to find a couple of kills, now start to work with those good spawns. But Simp has just been lurking inside a barn. aBeZy going to take him down.
Yeah, I mean, those key kills you're mentioning allow them to get that foothold close to the point. You think that's going to be more of a contest battle early on, but just an immediate 2 out of FaZe. Give them this time, but now Seattle, they fire back with 3 of their own. They get accuracy and Pred that light up the kill feed. They'll get right back into his RCs, kind of looking for the angle. One bottom to deal with. There's the trade, but Pred does the damage down low, and now Sib has the angle on the cross. The autos start to heat up for Surge. And this is a great job. I mean, spawns are at times just whatever here, obviously, but they do a good job considering.
I mean, fantastic work. It's Simp popping off. He was the reason they had so much match control at the start of P2. And now towards P3, this man not slowing down, has such a clean shot. When you talk about centering with the auto, this man could do it all. Accuracy as well. Struggled big time versus Atlanta FaZe just a day ago, but much better versus OpTic. And I mean, the entire day, this Surge team firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, he's 6-4 right now. It was 4 in a row before he dropped, but now Pred, not a guy you want to get going if you're on the FaZe side, but you see RC's pops through with the multi-kill. They slow down Pred at least for the moment, but just FaZe not earning a ton of points. Not a ton to separate these two teams. So where does it get a little bit scary on a map like Bokash? I mean, leads, it's like a 60-point lead can be frightening.
Yeah, I think the next one, right, is probably going to be key. The rest of the scrap time, Surge's way. You also have the trap in on this rotation over to P4 barn side. If Surge can hold that, then you can maybe blow the game wide open. And, this is what FaZe, if you're talking, this is what you had to deal with. But aBeZy, he's going to be behind enemy lines, but Pred, our Mountain Dew featured player, going to pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, he spawns there. I don't think they're expecting it, but then he gets spawned behind immediately from the Surge side, so you kind of get bailed out. Where aBeZy might have had a chance to make some noise with the unexpected spawn. Accuracy was a 4 streak, then drop. Now right back to the streak he goes. On 3 in a row, Pred 4 in a row. They are doing damage, whether it's the veteran or the rookies. They are making noise. Now, let's talk about that 60-point advantage. They've blown open to that already, so you're going to need a rally, a big one at some point if you are FaZe.
Oh, and then Simp with the melee very fast. We'll see if this scrap time can go the way of FaZe, but they've just been so good inside a barn. That's really where Seattle Surge have been controlling this map. Simp gets 3 on a 5 spree, looking for number 6 as well. This man on fire on the main stage.
He gets that one through the stun at the tail end of it as well. 17-7 from Sib. The rookie superstars just annihilating FaZe right now. And Cellium, who's been a lock for like a 1-3 throughout the course of the tournament, at 5-11 right now, can't get it going. And now Mack on the attack, down to 4 HP, but able to stay up as we hop right over to our Mountain Dew feature player. It's Pred. Looking to make some noise, but look at it. I mean, Pred and Simp combined are just monsters on the map right now. Lead now to 100.
And the reason I like Bokash, right, for FaZe, obviously they're great at it, but also, like, typically, if you're going to get outslayed early, usually the game can still be very close. Knowing Surge just came off a series, the way they clutch that up, they're going to have momentum. They're going to be firing on all cylinders. You're just hoping maybe you can heat on up, and maybe this is the time now. You start to see the kill feed. Things start to slow down, but 90 points on Bokash, that is quite a bit.
That's what's so tough with this. It's like you expect sometimes this team that's been waiting to come out a little bit slow. This is just a map. It's tough if you come out slow. Like, I know you're talking about the kills, but if you go down with a deficit like this, it's how do you bring it back? Where do you find those openings as the new hard point pops, as we get into our second set of rotations?
These guys are slaying.
It's just Surge, and they are turned. And accuracy, it's what? A couple of 4 streaks, now 5. When he's finding his kills, he's finding him in a flurry. There's another one, number 6.
In the I mean, yeah, it's like all 4 players. I feel like I'm watching LA Thieves. Just the way that they are moving around the map with their team. Or
number 7.
There's gonna be 7, and the glide bomb earned for accuracy. So much better today. FaZe fighting back, trying to find what time they can.
Well, FaZe have to get something going. The Cubs have got to be on point. They've got to rally if they're going to rally ever. Let's go to a listen in with Atlanta FaZe.
Yo, front seat. I need him hold. No, one's back roof. One seat.
One shot tank.
One seat somewhere.
I got both.
What about that 3 death? That one's forward. Nice, good shit, Chris. Let's go.
Havok, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, stand up.
I'm thinkable for a second. You're mid to
It's gonna get time. Oh, he's on barn, MC.
I'm trying to go.
He's front help me.
And then Hut.
Lamar front help me.
Nice. Oh, Hut, they're gonna flip.
I
spawned in.
He jumped up.
Let's go. Nothing pitching. I can get trying to get barn.
I'm one shot.
All right, last one in the streak. No, Lamar's in the streak. Somebody's going.
It's Dante.
It might be in the back, guys.
All right, they're able to avoid the streak, and you're making this rally now, but my God, Joe, Surge have been lights out in hardpoint this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, they are undefeated 8-0. FaZe have to know this. I think that's where that map veto comes in, right? Put them on Bokaj. But they do a really good job, Atlanta FaZe. They're starting to fight on back. I don't know if everyone had cold-blooded, but we saw that yesterday from FaZe. They're counting the streaks. They know who has it, right? You call that glide bomb in, you don't see anything. You just have to guess, but they dodge it. Now down around 70. Maybe it'll be 60 points, but accuracy and Simp continue.
I mean, that's what you love to see, is accuracy. If he's winning gunfights against Cellium, that's going to bode well for your squad. But over the 100-point mark, go FaZe. Bringing it back slowly but surely. Still so much work to do. Now inside we go. The pinch starting to develop. Winning one from the steps will be Simp. Now to Simp's POV. Chance to line him up. We'll take down one through the crossfire. Is accuracy. And then on the backside, it is Pred. Back into the point goes Surge. Every second just feels lethal against FaZe right now.
Yeah, they gotta start winning gunfights on the hill. Able to do so now, but Mack on the pinch. You read it if you're Arcitys, but that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Those moments from Mack, he continues, and that means we're on the hill. We're getting time, and now we are flipped. Woo! Going to P4. Mack is just frying.
One more bullet, and what a sequence it is, but the damage is done. Now up over 200 is Surge. They chipped away at the lead of your FaZe, but you push that lead out again. FaZe are in trouble. You still have 2 minutes on the play clock, so a lot of time to work with. Not a lot of contested time, not a lot of time, and nobody in the hard point. So time-wise, you might be able to do it, but I don't know if Surge are giving it up. They've just been so strong in hardpoint.
Yeah, I think if you're FaZe, I just extend this game, right? Just try to make this as long as possible. Keep the weapons up. That's usually what we talk about in these sort of situations, where the game just seems insurmountable, but they are not slowing down. They are just going, pushing out the middle of the map, finding multi-kills. You can see, look at the top left. The only player positive on the side of FaZe is Arcitys, right? And I mean, he's having a great game, but that's not usually what we're talking about. It's one of the other 3. That is just a testament to what Surge is doing.
I mean, we know FaZe are capable of bringing it back. They won it through 2-3-5 last time these guys played, but the hard points were just bloodbaths. I mean, they are going down to the final second. That has not been the case whatsoever here. Just 9 more points needed for Surge as Pred continues to fly and hunt around the map. Where will the next gunfight come? It's on to Arcitys, a couple shots in his back, but not quite able to finish it there. It's FaZe in the point, but it's one big break for Surge, and that'll likely seal it.
It just feels like they're in such a flow right now, that sort of flow state. Everybody kind of knows it if you're watching, right? When it just feels like everything's coming your way one day, you're starting to play some of your best con. I think that's what Surge is doing.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Like with you're gonna have to win 3 in a row. Can you just get hot? Have a great day of Call of Duty, and suddenly you're in a final. FaZe right now at least doing kind of what you were wanting, at least extending this a bit, maybe a chance to get the gun warm. Really start to feel yourself within this. Simp says, I want no part of that, as he bounces around the edge and takes down 2. But this has probably been the best stretch from FaZe. And Surge are just like, one more break, guys, we got this.
Yeah, it just feels like they've finally gotten some map control with these hills that are up, starting to win some of these gunfights. as the trades are going down, but accuracy trying to lock down in the middle of the map. Just 3 more seconds for Surge to be up 1-0. I mean, RCC is snapping. Another 2 out of him as he's 32 and 28, but it is just the side of Seattle Surge with all 4 players playing such a good Call of Duty. There's gonna be, I thought that was gonna be it.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so little anticlimactic as Surge just needed a few points for what seemed forever, but they get in, they seal it, the hard point streak continues, Joe.
Starting to see some more Surge fans in the crowd, that is for sure. I mean,
well, I think it was Clay. Clay like tweeted out, he's like, who's gonna stop aBeZy and Simp? Like, somebody's gotta do it. First it was Thieves, now maybe it's Surge to bounce them out of it, get to a championship Sunday against Thieves. But I mean, if you're FaZe, it's just like, all right, I mean, we had that happen before. We came back and we won the Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy was the question mark for them, for the most part, coming into this, at least for me, 100%. How's the Search gonna be? They won both within that last series. You need to come and get this map too.
Yeah, but I think the next one is Tuscan, I believe, and that was the round 11, right?
Yeah.
Where you can see Surge 4,000 damage from Simp just right from the get-go. Mack is, I mean, all 4 of them just really stepped it up. On the other side, it's aBeZy and Simp. Maybe they're gonna stop themselves. And for Simp, I mean, this has not been his best weekend. He's obviously had some clutch moments. They're still, you know, top 3.
Well,
but if there's a player you want to step up for Atlanta FaZe, it's Simp.
And I think in that Tuscan Search is where we really saw him reading the map well. I mean, he had a couple misplays, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, especially when they were on offense on Tuscan, when they were slowing it down, when they were getting information, waiting for your lethals and tacticals to go out, the guy that found some kind of route to get a kill, it was Simp. I think he ended with, what, 10 or 11, I believe, in that one. Like, he was huge. You need to do it here.
Without a doubt. But I mean, you know, it's just about those micro adjustments now. You've seen this map so many times. You've played versus one another so many times. You've gone the distance, round 11s. What have you learned? What can you change up? There should be some hard counters, some different looks from both of them.
Yeah, it's just interesting from like a mental standpoint, because I guess you're thinking of your FaZe, it's almost like, whew, we got away with one there when they won it. And I think if you're Seattle with the run you're in right now, it's like, we should have beat these guys. Let's just put them away this time around. Like, we could have won that. I guess on the other side, FaZe could have won that 3-0 too. If they closed out that first hard point.
And that was that Tuscan hard point. And I mean, the way Tuscan hard point has looked, it's just like, I know it was a Pred clutch, but Pred and Mack, that's just what they've been doing. Just on this Tuscan.
It's just, I don't even know, when do you stop calling it a clutch? It's just like the norm. with how insane they've been at the tail end.
It's been a clutch. Let's not get it wrong. I mean, just ridiculous stuff from this Surge team.
It's just like they're very talented players. But for whatever reason, man, that last minute, some of these hard points, it's like they evolved to a new form, some sort of rare Pokemon, and they're just out there going nuts.
Well, and then props to them. I don't know who it is. Like, even in the last match versus OpTic, those sort of final 2 minutes, they just seem so calm. Maybe that's accuracy. I mean, you have 2 rookies on this team on the biggest stage, and they are just so clutch.
I guess I kind of feel like in those moments, and you can speak to it more as a former professional player, but it's not usually comms in those crazy moments. It's sort of just everyone just, I don't know, you're just so locked in, it's so crazy, you just make a play. Like,
well, I guess what I'm saying is the comms to sort of be in the right positions. Yeah, that's what they are. I think it's, if they're not in those spots, rotating, setting up, they lose. And you know, who's making those calls? Because a lot of times what we see, people get frantic, right? You spawn up, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go?
Well, I always think of, when I think of like crazy clutches and comebacks, you think about like that uplink back in the day where like aBeZy and John go nuts, they bring it back in United. It's like,
nobody says a word.
I always think about it, it's like 2 people say a couple things, 2 people don't say a word, and they're just frying. And I gotta imagine that's sort of where Pred's at those times. Like, all right, you guys say whatever you want, I'm going off, I'm going rogue, I'm dropping bombs. It's been truly, truly special. But now, you take a deep breath, and this is a little bit different too, because I think Pred learned a valuable lesson last time they played. And I think you saw it in the following match. Like, he was just on his feet, so amped after the map 1, and the map 2 was, he just got bodied. Like,
well, that was the Berlin, so maybe you're happy that it's Tuscan, right?
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Maybe that's the case as well, but sort of just a woosah, like, let's focus for the Surge now. But they dominate the cage from start to finish. I mean, they're up 60 quickly, and then they're maintaining a 100-point lead really throughout. That was one of the more dominant bocages you're gonna see on the year. But now to Surge. Again, FaZe won the 2 and 5 last time.
I mean, just props to these players, these teams, just taking it to a whole nother level this weekend. Yeah, it's been close, but we've also seen some insane blowouts, right? Where just teams hitting another gear.
We've had it all. That's usually how it goes. Champs Weekend, one map, done. The next, underway. Here we go as the crowd gets ramped and ready. FaZe Surge into the search and destroy. Offense first.
I talked about maybe
Seattle Surge.
different looks, and it is just a blender at P5. Hello, is this hardpoint? No, it is search and destroy. Round one. What a call from FaZe, and that was a fast round.
And it's a little thing, maybe not that big overall, but you get smoked map one. It's got to feel good to come out and throw a haymaker around one of the search.
And that's what I mean with sort of hard counters, right? We've seen strategies. What do they like to do early on offenses? That is something that coaching staff is going over with their players. They're up on stage. Hey, you know, maybe 75% of the time, first couple of offenses, they like to 3-hit towards B. And let's just hit it.
I talked to aBeZy a little bit. He was just like, I think we just got flustered. It was warm up there. Like, I just felt like our comms were off. We were going one by one. Somehow they got to keep it together through whatever's going on. They've got to keep it dialed in. That's a great round one. Fred pushing his way up. Gives a lovely greeting. Gets away for not long. As aBeZy is there. Now he started 3-0. And aBeZy on this map, I don't know. He either takes over or he is first blooded half the rounds. It's one or the other.
Well, he's there for the trade, and well, he's trying to get pushed up, but he has no help here. Maybe they're just thinking they can get the bomb down, right? Simp is over towards middle, then 8 comes in, there is the trade. Sometimes we see Simp with an MP40, sometimes an auto thing slowed down. What is the timing? Gonna be on that flank. Oh, I don't know how he hits that, but it's down to Cellium.
A little flick of the stick, and just dropped. Now Cell. Hitting everything but accuracy as he hits the cross. 1v2, 30 to go. This man's had some nutty clutches this year.
Just not a lot of time. They're playing together. Sib and accuracy, just trying to find information. He's got no nades, no stuns to work with. Here comes the push. He's not going to see accuracy. No. And maybe he's thinking right there, they're just set up top broken, right? We've seen that so many times where defenses will just give up the plant, not allow that player to kind of find that position, and they're playing from there. And here's a replay of that snipe. That was fast.
I mean, that stands out, obviously, and then, yeah, whether it was a lack of information or communication, like aBeZy is getting caught sprinting there with bombs, a little weird, right?
Well, I just think Simp's bottom middle, right? And usually when he's there, they play towards A. I think aBeZy's just going. They have no info on Mack in that position. That reminded me of like a Simp with the snipe, right?
Yeah.
Just how fast that was. Well, speaking of the first blood machine you talked about, aBeZy's gonna find one with the auto.
And then the nade from Cell. They take a very early advantage, able to spot one, cut him down.
These defenses have been dominant.
Sending it forward, Sim, it's another snipe. Up close and personal, he was just so weak, 6 health. He's got the bomb, he's got an auto, he's got a prayer. Can Sim make something magic happen? No, they are just soaring at him. And so far, the defenses on FaZe have been, those have not been close. They dominate.
Yeah, and you know, the first defense may be a little different with the play call, but that one was just sort of classic FaZe. aBeZy finding that first blood, able to find another one in that round, and just this snap.
Oh, that's what he hits, okay.
The reposition there.
I mean, he recenters like 3 times in that clip, basically. From the cross to top church to the person flying at him.
Yeah, some of your friends might have to analyze that one.
Yeah. Some may know what you're saying, but I love to argue with idiots. All right. aBeZy, 5-2. His impact has been felt early in the rounds, that's for sure. And Seattle start to clean up some of the early round. But this is FaZe. They like to play it slow.
It's just them slowing it down, right? It's just sort of, okay, when we slow it down, we know where they're going to set up in this position. You have 2 players over towards A. Now, the key here for FaZe is always bottom middle. What can they work? That's going to be Simp and aBeZy trying to find something. I think if aBeZy has an auto there, that's probably a kill, but we saw him with the MP40. So Mack's going to get his life back, and now we're going to slow down once again, just dodging grenades.
And we've seen them execute with like sub 30 seconds sometimes. That nade drills Mack, so.
There's no follow-up, though.
All right, you got the info. He's still holding here, and you're starting to leak your way up.
The problem is, I don't know how many nades you have left, right? It's sort of like, all right, we gotta just trade this out. We have to go. We have to go. There's the trade, 20 seconds. And while Cell's able to find Simp top church, now it's on the Mack. What can he do? Can he buy enough time? No, now it's accuracy all by himself.
I mean, probably that first one, that first trade from Arcitys, the fact you don't allow him to get two might be the big one, but there's a team kill and nearly a wild clutch. Yeah, you're right, hold on. That got a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be, but that heady mid is disgusting, but Simp, he's able to finish it, and he's out to a 5-1 start.
And well, I mean, how many times have we seen this the last couple of years? Obviously, you're going for the trade, but just lineups doesn't turn out to be
that's tough because it
good.
Probably pulls your aBeZys too, as your teammate jumps in front, so you get a team kill, plus then you're getting booed on. But just a frustrating sequence, but Simp, he's able to close it out, and he's on 3 in a row. 3-1 now to FaZe. They look to tie up this best of 5. Just a reminder, you're into the top 2 in a final tomorrow if you win the series.
I think someone said they love you.
I love you too, I do. And that's another, dude, I think it was the last round that Cellium had an early opener with the nade, or maybe 2 rounds ago. He's had a lot of early nades.
Did they see Pride the way they're set? It looks like Cell, he knows the fight can be open. That is just an MVP read. And while Simp's gonna take another one, the way I mean, they have given them nothing on defense. Or sorry, on Seattle's offense. This is gonna be 3 dominant rounds now.
And not that their search has been flawless by any means, but
this is the best they've looked.
Yes, I would agree with that 100%.
Especially on Tuscan, right? They lost this earlier today against LA Thieves.
The man with the ice. He's had some heroics, some of the most notable S&D plays in the history of the esport. Not happening here. They're holding, he is shut down, another one to FaZe.
Yeah, a little too hot in this building for Ice to get going.
Yeah, right.
They find that first blood, but yeah, I mean, you know, they sort of give up Ruin side. They take Fountain. What's the call? All right, Seattle's probably just gonna, you know, shoulder for info. They're not gonna see anything. Boom. That means they're probably gonna push up towards tree. The nades then come in from the Atlanta FaZe side. That's just great coordination. But again, just those micro adjustments that they are finding.
Yeah, you can see the sweat on his face. Yeah, the ice is struggling. Trying to line him up. That'll get Simp backing up, just try to dodge. The utility headed his way, and he almost, I think he avoids 2, gets drilled by 1, just barely stays up. And Simp, a much needed first blood.
And it's sort of the same thing, right? The nades don't connect. The one round it was Mack who sneaks up. This time it was Simp, just goes back into this position. Yeah, that pot get out of his way.
These are the ones, it's like when FaZe like to play like this, obviously. Slow, find that opener. But when they get first blood, then it's just sort of a, well, what do we do now? It's hard to play at that pace once you're down a man.
Yeah, but they were clutching a lot of the times after losing first blood yesterday.
True.
Well, Simp, has the pistol out. Cell able to find one, now just trying to buy time. MVP, first rookie of the year. Over towards P5, and look at this, now we're in a 2-on-2, and this is what I mean. Finding openings, and the MVP shuts the door.
Cell makes the play, might be the 1v1 we are. Accuracy. One of the most clutch players of all time versus the MVP on the year, 15 seconds to go, bomb. Reacquired.
And I like this from Cell, he knows how much time he has. He is out over to B. Bomb gonna go down, and we have seen so many 1v1s at this site. It's just, what do you want to do as the offensive player? Because you can pretty much run in a circle.
This could be 5 in a row, I believe, for Cell as well. We take a breath and we go. Accuracy, chows it. Cellium is holding it.
I mean, that's just a read and a half.
And I believe that gets him to 5 in a row. It does.
Just from Cellium. Not only that, I mean, he literally wins that round. I mean, Simp has one, but he wins the 1-on-2 inside P5 versus Mack in Pred. That trade has to be cleaner from those two. I just feel like if you have a man advantage, take the 1v2. Take it to them. Instead, they back down and Cell. Able to clutch the round.
Maybe a situation you just overthink it. You don't want to line up and give him 2 freebies. And Cell just right back to it. Oh, it's Arcitys that actually gets the kill, so damage in from Cell. Cell will not be number 6 on the street. I thought he got it for sure for a sec there, but
that's just yeah, both of them.
Go out, spray it, yeah. Arcitys, he's spraying all over. Mack, the next one to feel it. They're looking to close this out here with 6-1 dominance. 4 versus 2, Simp to half HP, he's running away.
But look at that, right? He gets a couple of bullets in him. You hear a stun go off, then a nade go off. The coordination is there. Right, trying to bring it back. He's able to find one in aBeZy, lurking up the mid alley.
The other thing aBeZy said to me was just the game 2 in that last series. Like, that's the one we had to win. He knows how important this is, especially now that you're down 0-1. They need to get this Surge win. So far, so good. But you got the 2 rookies. What noise can they make? 25 to go. Bomb, not the best spot as we start to inch our way forward through you. The 2, get ready to dance. Here we go. Simp has the angle on one side, drops one. Preg, good luck in this one. They're everywhere, and he will fall. FaZe. That's the search and destroy you've been waiting for.
Well, it was 6-2 on Berlin in map number 2 yesterday, 6-1 on Tuscan this time around, but dominant. Their defense, so good. Seattle had nothing. I don't even know if they planted a bomb. I honestly don't think so. It felt like within the first 15 seconds they were getting first blood. I honestly, if I'm on the stage, I'm thinking, let's not leave spawn for the first 10.
Yeah, I mean,
try something.
The early going, I mean, you take a look at the first bloods, they were able to get 3, which is honestly more than I kind of thought.
I think a couple of those were quick trades, but
yeah, that's true. I mean, there's obviously a difference now. First bloods can go down, but
besides the round where it's a 2v4 and Cell and Simp make those plays, that was really the only round I circled that Seattle had the advantage and they threw away.
No, just, I mean, the map 1, maybe not what we expected based on the hard points went last time around. It is all Surge. They remain undefeated there, but Surge still looking for that Surge win against this FaZe team. Yeah, the game 2, the last series to this one, you're getting fried. Now to the control, which, I mean, it's so important when you think of just like hardpoint dominating on one side, Surge dominating on the other side. This game 3 can be everything.
Yeah, and we're going to touch control. FaZe, they have had, as we said, a lot of success here. They were able to win it just the other day against Seattle Surge, and this has been their go-to for the last couple of months. They have just looked so good on defense the way they did in that Surge.
They certainly have, but thank you to those watching here and at home. We continue on fighting to get the Championship Sunday tied up 1-1, and I don't know what it's gonna be. One team dominant in hardpoint, the other rolled in search and destroy. The map 3 could be everything. Between these 2 teams, who's gonna line it up? Will it be FaZe? Will it be Surge? We'll see you on the other side of this quick break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew and Zenny. Armor your eyes with Blocks gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenny.com/CDL.
Welcome back. We got fans just getting wild. Little army crawl challenge. You put a taco at the end of that thing. I'm frying this whole squad.
My man's got speed.
Okay,
I don't know. That was speed right there.
That was quick.
That was different. He wanted that.
Hey, yeah, but if there was a taco at the end,
Passion.
I'm telling you, I would have won that.
I don't think so.
I might have tore my ACL.
That
just
guy was
to my
eating
elbow.
3 tacos before you got there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That was impressive stuff. I don't want to take it away from him, but back to our losers final. Winner trying to get a date with Thieves, and yeah, I mean, that's not going to be any easy matchup, but you got to get through this first. You can't be looking forward to tomorrow. You have to lock it in here. These two teams have been, if somehow you were watching this, and I know people come in and out all weekend, but if you didn't watch their first series, please do. It was truly unbelievable. Now, the maps have been really lopsided to start, but we got a ways to go.
Yeah, we still got a couple of touchdowns. Now, this yesterday, though, was a 3-1 for Atlanta FaZe. They were able to win an offense. And sometimes that's all it takes. You can see the series stats. I mean,
Surge just didn't find anything going offensively. Like, they couldn't find a gap.
Obviously, the Search and Destroy was dominant, but map 1 was a Paulehx. You know, it's a lot of engagement, so stats are going to look a little lopsided right now.
Map 3. How important this is, considering the current form of these two teams. Could decide this best of 5. Arcitys continues to be hot. Oh, like a spicy salsa. He's snapping though. I mean, you gotta love to see that if you were the FaZe side, but
well, he's played really well this week. Yeah, he certainly has. But I don't think anyone's really played well versus LATs besides the Boston Breach, but yeah. Nothing you can really do. But I mean, Seattle Surge do slow it down. But we know FaZe, and look at this 6 and 8 accuracy and Pride kind of sneak on through. They don't know this because RC's spot. He can wrap on back though. Kind of flank him, and that'll be it. But he is going to put a lot of attention on him. What can accuracy do? Maybe get a take, maybe not. But he at least relieves pressure over at A. And usually what we see is a lot of sort of just roaming around for Atlanta FaZe, making sure that takes a long time.
I think of his teammates, once the gunfight's been mapped, maybe this sequence goes differently and you get some kind of nutty transition, but his 2 teammates that were closest end up dropping. They isolate him. And now this is where FaZe have been so good in not giving up many opportunities whatsoever. Can you get more success, or where your legs get blown off? Mack feels the nade coming from himself.
And I just like that sort of a rotation from Atlanta FaZe. They know, they figure it out with the information they have middle of the map that, well, it's probably coming through the flank. They set up cell top radio, have multiple players over towards P5. They're basically like, yeah, you can kind of come through our spawn all you want. We don't really care. We're going to play it from power positions.
Still a ways to go for aBeZy. He's on 4 in a row, but a glide can be massive here, especially when talking about defensive B. So, well, okay, there goes that. Pistol takes him down as aBeZy's streak will quickly come to an end. Now the push coming, 2 are going to drop. Simp trying to answer back, but the trade is there instantly. You have numbers here for a moment, kind of a 2-on-2 once aBeZy gets back into the action, but he is going to drop. Lurking is Cellium, waiting for the help to come. He's looking to take the fight, and Cell is able to do that. Arcitys gets there just in time, and Simp off spawn into the grinder, just puts him down.
That is a perfect example of what FaZe do on defense. They rarely, if not ever, allow a sort of 3-4 down where you can stack that point. There's always a trade or someone just playing their life.
It's like Fiddler on the roof, but his Fiddle's an MP40.
Okay, but a lot of kills coming in now for Seattle Surge, so map position going over to them. What can they find? Only 11 lives left, but they're doing it.
All right. They want another one, church side.
There it is, though.
You've got numbers. For a second, though, you're here. You still have him in the point. I mean, you're stopping the clock at least. Lives, you've got a 2-life advantage if you are FaZe. Nades coming in, 1 able to hit, accuracy able to win the gunfight.
What can aBeZy find, though?
Square.
What can aBeZy find? He's that one guy that is an auto. There is a take over at B. Another kill from Arcitys. Still, though, a player on the point, and a pitch coming in from Pred. Pred's gonna find a 5 spree. Doesn't find the last, but 2 ticks in now.
Second, I mean, this is more success than you had offensively the entire last time you played. Can you close it out here? Can you get a map 1 offense? Mack just dancing with death.
They gotta go now.
Accuracy able to go through. aBeZy is going to fly in. Simp then through on the flag. Peekaboo, here I come. He's just about to be done. They're on it. They close it out. Surge. That's an opener.
You know, I put a little caster first in there, just talking about it, but I mean, it's just their ability, I think the accuracy in Mack to stay alive, to dodge nades. While that's happening, you have Pred on the flank, times it perfectly.
I think that's what's big, because the spawn comes out so deep for those two players. You can't do what FaZe does so well, but you get those nades right onto the point, right? And you're right back into the mix. I mean, it's a trek on over. I mean, it's a bunch of little things, but yeah, Pred with those 2 kills in his position, really just massive for the team. aBeZy won, and one's a team kill as well. They want to send it towards B first and don't find any success. Cell, always tough to chow. Up for that one, not a fun fight for Simp against the auto.
And again, look at this, right? He's still finding kills as Cellium. That just puts so much focus and attention on him. Pred, though, is behind enemy lines. Once again, he keeps finding openings. Cell just playing his life, and there we go. Pred, he's gonna push on through. That means you have Sib over at A trying to do what he can, but he's getting hunted. But so clean from Sib. Sib and Arcitys try to do what they can, but Pred again on that flank.
Yeah, he's just doing that roaming role. He's doing it so well so far. Cell, despite the struggles of this team early in this one, he's still floating around double positive. Now they start to get the progress on A, and Arcitys continues to beam. I thought after the opener and shots like that, he'd be a double positive, but 7 and 10 currently. Trying to find form again. Simp ready and waiting, making sure Simp can't find an opening on the other side of the map.
Just kind of slowing down. This is honestly what Atlanta FaZe like to do. Just taking away P5 position. If you want to go through the spawn, we'll allow that to happen. aBeZy gonna start to push over towards radio side. What does FaZe want to do? You see the nades, they're just trying to find a pick.
And they've done so well on offense, but I feel like for the most part, FaZe is usually when they get B first. Like, they've been really good at doing that.
We're transitioning over to B.
Yeah, true. Like having that instant transition. In that cross we're talking about, though, they lose 2 players, then the remaining 2 are just going to get isolated and shut down. So now up 5 goes Surge. You got a great life advantage, and Pred once again wants to get on the aggression here, on the hunt. You heard him in an interview. Like, he just wants to be the person pushing the pace at all times. Make them react.
Well, he's doing that.
You determine the tempo.
And accuracy shutting that down. I think President, it's a bad timing there. Cell, I think he would have pushed up if his teammates don't die, but he was just holding that spot. T5 over to Atlanta FaZe right now. Only have a minute left in this round.
Simp continues to just chop them down. Whenever they're looking for it, he's gonna chow with the MP40 as well. Delaying it even more. Back to Pred we go. 35 seconds left in this. They've had kind of a 4 to 6 life advantage throughout. Leaving no opening. Pred says hello through the window. And right back to the hunt he goes. It's Cell again, just always holding somewhere.
I just kind of lurking, knowing that Chow was going to come through, but he's going to get taken down. So you have to stop here. Maybe if you're aBeZy and Simp, right? Cell's got to spawn up. Okay, last push here with 8 lives for Atlanta FaZe. Simp going to be the first player up watching that cross. He does get taken down, but it's a crossfire from the rest of Seattle Surge. Cellium trying to do what he can, pauses the clock for now. Him and Arcitys. I like that from Cell, but there's the crossfire from TJHaly, and accuracy with a pistol, gonna shut it down.
And I think the stun hit too. He's still able to win it. Unbelievable. And now they are up 2-0. And they were able to do it defensively at times yesterday. It's really just that round 1, that offense that dictates everything so far.
Yeah, pressure is on FaZe now. Even if you win this defensive round, right, you're gonna have to win an offense, maybe 2, to close this map out.
And that's Berlin, you're like, all right, but
it's not.
It is not, yeah.
So I guess if you're FaZe, you want to dominate around here, maybe not even giving up A. We'll see what happens, just the way though, similar to map 1, the way they are shooting Surge. Just finding multi-kills, whether it's Civ or accuracy on these pinches with those autos. They're so good, and props to Surge not allowing any sort of roaming slaying coming out of aBeZy and Simp.
Yeah, accuracy has been absolutely terrific in this map 3. And Simp, just one-on-one win over and over again. aBeZy will come back to get revenge on Mack. There's accuracy on to Cell again. He's been in the right spots. He's been taking his fights. Slowly getting A, second part done.
There's Simp, and now they're
Now,
going to work over towards A.
Can he get Roman a bit?
They had some pressure towards A with Cell, but he's going to get taken down. It's aBeZy and Simp. The Tiny Terrors trying to get to their 4th straight championship final on the pinch is Simp. He knows where they're spawning up, but Simp, he's just kind of hanging out, just waiting for his team.
Cell tries to get the pre-fire, not gonna happen there. 4 in a row now for Simp. He's tracking back. He's just been on the hunt. He's been chasing Pred this whole way. 5 in a row. Nearly the slide cancel into the engagement and the kill, but Mack shuts down that streak for now, and that should be the 8-point done. So just under 2. You have, what, 18 lives to work with offensively if you are Surge. Can they do this efficiently again? I mean, everything came together last time around. Can you find the heroics again?
Yeah, it was just their ability, though, right, to stay alive over towards B. A couple of players started it off for them. They got to work over there. As aBeZy winning that gunfight, finding the auto. He knows where the next push is probably coming from. It feels a little bit better to have the AR in his hands with this gunfight.
Looks like they're just going to kind of stun him and work the backside of this. So Arcitys likely next up for the engagement. He's going to go ahead and reposition.
It might hit. It will.
So that might slow it down for at least a moment. That might hit a player or two. That might have connected with both Simp and Mack. But they soar on forward. The double challenge is there. Despite the information behind the nade, they're able to take it. Now Simp's going to wrap around. Wants to get them off the point. Skirmishes all over the place.
But
It's
again,
really just going to be
alive.
aBeZy, and Simp's able to find a big kill. You still have people here. Now Pred getting ready to pop out. All over the map is FaZe. Accuracy, then in from behind with the pistol. You're back onto the point. Close to getting the point of progress. aBeZy up, down, back into the fight. Takes it. aBeZy gets 2. Cellium in. They clear for now, but again, Surge making a mess. And when you have one person left here doing this, just keeping that pressure alive, Joe.
Yeah, just staying alive. Mack still has his stun to work with. You're gonna get another tick. There's the nades, though, from Atlanta FaZe with 12 to 9. I mean, you can slow this down a little bit if you're Seattle Surge. Trying to play a little TDM, and they're doing it. Finding a couple of kills. This round not done yet.
38 seconds to go. Pred and maybe prone ball for a second, plus a stunner and nade hits him when he's trying to chow that. aBeZy, victim of the bunny hop there from accuracy, and he gets torched. 2 from the back. Arcitys at least able to take 1 down. Action back to the point. Mack, I thought dead. There's 9 health. Staying up as long as he can, but Simp finally shuts it down. FaZe close to getting around. Just 3 lives remaining for Surge, but yeah, it's likely going to have to be back-to-back offenses if they're going to get it done. And Sib, I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to win this round and close it out, but his shot clean as ever.
Hold on,
all right,
okay.
I take it back. 1 scurrying go way back to the point with .1 on it. He's the only one there. He will drop, but makes it a little bit spicy at the tail end of it.
And honestly, props to Mack and Pred. It just feels like they're a step ahead. And I think, you know, with their ability to stay alive and go on these pinches over towards B on offense and defense, you're kind of making the comms of FaZe probably a little hectic. Like, because they don't expect someone to be on these quick flanks that we're seeing.
Yeah, you just, last time we played, you didn't get them into these frantic moments. You weren't able to find that change of pace or that finesse game to have them scattering. Here you have been, but it's all on FaZe now to take an offense. aBeZy takes a stun from basically every single member of Surge, and they love to go for that B hit first. Once again, it is going to get thwarted.
And I like that from Seattle. Just play safe around it. Have 3 over there. Don't allow anything crazy to go on.
Well, remember there was that round where they kind of over-adjusted towards A and gave it up, and I think I was like, dude, just whatever you do, don't let them get me first. At all costs, kind of.
All right,
so,
Cell.
I'm sure you like seeing that.
On 6 in a row now. Can he find a glide? That'll help them out. Maybe find a little something, an opening over towards B. A nice shot from accuracy with the nade. But Wombo combo, he's just trying to find 1 more. Is Cellium. That's some bad timing. Gets hit with a nade. Now he's like, where is the push coming in from?
He's just trying to take this engagement as best he can. That streak could be so crucial if they're going to bring this back. Just now getting that first bit of progress today. Just trying to keep Mack guessing, and he's just going to wrap it out of there for now. There's, oh, I thought it was going to set up for the freebie onto Simp, but Arcitys is able to finish the kill. And we're just sticking with him for now because he's just
trying to find it.
So close to this glide. Just where can he get an easy gunfight?
The teammates are finding one. And now, here we go. There's an B7 with the glide. And this is a good job by FaZe. They only have 19 lives, the Seattle Surge. Really bleeding them out. We'll see as they transition. They can be so strong in these spots. There is one player behind. That's going to be Mack. Mack almost gets through, but Simp with the timing. Here's a chance for Pred. Able to find a double.
Oh, God. Him in accuracy. Oh, God. He snaps because I think he actually ends up ripping aBeZy down to like 10 health there. So a reset for a moment. Still the advantage to FaZe, at least within this round. And you have that streak. But Pred is not slowing down. He is just soaring around the map.
Yeah, I mean, if you're FaZe here, you just want to get P5 control, and then maybe you could call that glide, right? Use it as an opening to get to the point, or at least, I mean, you would love to have it for round 5. But a minute left, 13 lives remaining for Surge, 17 for Atlanta FaZe.
At some point, you're going to need to get on this point, right? Just stop the clock. Perhaps a chance here. You can't let Simp get 2, and they're able to do it. Just let him get 1. Now you surge out to the point. You've got 3 people here, but the pinch is coming in. It's going to be accuracy. Working around the flank. Nades popping off all around the point. aBeZy, he's popping off as well. Arcitys now throwing the feed. Accuracy in on the flank, but you're still there and you stop the clock. That is the big thing. You're getting kills. You're frying, and look how quickly they dropped the 4 lives with no time off the clock. FaZe staying alive.
I thought accuracy with that flank maybe was gonna stop things, but now they gotta go 3 players remaining. FaZe, they should be able to send it to a round 5, and they still have the glide bomb.
Okay, so
that was clinical.
It was.
Nobody getting naded, picking up pinches, that kill by Simp.
So I think the glide, pretty easy defensively to think of how you're going to use that on the B point. How would you like to see them get that into play? Like where's going to be your prime time to do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be about hitting B in the final moments. If you cannot get pushed through, you use it as an opener. You use it as an opener to find a pick, give you the man advantage to push to B.
You got 2.
Oh, you got 2
now.
got
2. I didn't realize that aBeZy went that ham at the end of it. I knew he had 3 or 4, but he actually gets another glide. So shout out to the observers.
That's 4 dead.
And you just come in and lay them out.
No
way. How quickly they go. Surely it doesn't fall apart like this if you are Seattle, but they rebound and win some of the key gunfights.
You get a take, maybe?
Trying to get across the map. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. You still have Arcitys.
Oh, they're going at this still.
But they're going to get back onto it. You've got 3 people here now. Things falling apart. You've got to be clutch of your surge. 1 streak going to come in. Where's it going to hit? Tries to get it over. It's not going to connect. 2 points of progress done. B is almost done. Here comes Mack. He's going to drop. Snap onto accuracy, but B is done. You get it secured. What sort of comeback is this? Now just A remains.
Are you kidding me? Atlanta FaZe, everybody popping off the end of that round 4, taking it in round 5.
You have got to be joking. I don't know what your odds to win percentage was for Surge, but it was damn good. Now, another streak in. Spotting for info. Accuracy blown to smithereens. Body parts layered all around Church. But there's a contest around the point, but you have so much time to work with. You're up 6 lives. It's going to require some sort of miracle if you are Surge, how the tides have turned. And not in Surge's favor as Simp with the movement takes down 3. The 4th will drop. They're stacking the point. This is truly and utterly incredible.
Atlanta FaZe, I mean, Surge has to go now. Trying to push to the middle of the map.
No way.
RC staying alive.
No
Sell
way.
right back to the point.
No way.
They had to do it through offense. Not once, but twice.
No way.
Down 2-1. Back-to-back offenses. The streaks from Sal, the streaks from aBeZy. That gets scary. You would have gone to a map 4 against a Seattle team that has not lost a hard point all weekend long.
Okay, I mean, I gotta go back and watch.
Get our words out.
I gotta watch every control, but like that is one of the more ridiculous come from behind controls. When you have to win back-to-back offenses on a map like that, you just shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, I mentioned, like, you know, how like your win percentage type thing, you see like the NFL and stuff, and we will show that sometimes in this, but like, you just have no business doing it, but guess what? It's champs time. It's this FaZe roster, and they make the magic happen.
And you saw all 4 players over 30 on Atlanta FaZe. On this touchscreen control, they have just been, all 4 of them, just contributing. We'll go through the highlights here, and I don't know where Mack was at some point. I want to see where Mack is after like round 2, because he finishes like 20 and 33. So we'll see, he's probably around even.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was mostly like the accuracy and Simp show early, because I think accuracy was like 17 and 8 or something at one point. Simp was around even, but he was putting up a ton of engagements. He was taking fight after fight, so I don't know if Mack ever really got rolling.
Yeah,
it was those 2.
Yeah, we'll see the sort of stats. I just saw he struggled big time. Down 2-0, they win another defense. The pressure was on him, but just take a look. Watch the scoreboard. I mean, it just gets crazy. FaZe.
I mean, I was basically saying, you know, they get that 4 down, they have the nice transition over, they leave it, they completely go for it. I thought, yes, exactly. I thought Surge dealt with it pretty well. But then, bang, they're just there again. Like, it's just so fast.
And I think Arcitys was able to stay alive. I think he finds a kill, and that's probably the calm. Yeah. That's the call that just, all right, let's hit it again. And you know what they do? They stay alive on the point, and what that does, you get plat control, and they were basically forcing Surge through TJHaly, and that is just easy pickings.
Well, I mean, that's the spot that, you know, Pred came up with the big kills, right? When you're there, I mean, the spawn, it's just a long route to get back to it, or a difficult route to get back to it. But that is just, I mean, that is partly incredible play from FaZe, an incredible clutch, and that is partly a collapse on Seattle. Like,
well, you know what I said the first couple rounds? I think that they are staying alive and making the comms messy for FaZe. I think the same thing happens.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the panic in the spawn. Zeros were just kind of everywhere.
I don't think you ever want to say, like, you've won, but I think internally, when you're up like that, like you start up 2-0 and you win a round 1 offense, like in your head, you're probably thinking, all right, we got this. And then as it slowly unravels, I mean, I'm yelling no way over and over again because I'm panicking about what's happening to them. I can't imagine what's going through their minds. They're like, oh my God, it's slipping away. Oh Lord, it's slipping away. It has to happen.
And with what we talk about with Vanguard, right? A lot of the times when you're on the defensive side, they're on B. You're spawning up and your first initial thought is grenade, right? Stun nade, weaken them up. In FaZe, they were just hitting out the cuts, dodging the grenades. It's a lot easier when you're looking at opponents who are just like grenade in hand.
Well, we're gonna look at the Surge hardpoint stats before we get into the map 4, because this is where they have been undefeated on the weekend. What a stretch it has been. I mean, it reminds you maybe of LAG and their search run when they were able to win an event. You just go lights out in the mode. You see the average point differential, the overall KD as a team, like they have been so good there. So at least you've got that to lean back on, but it's starting to take shape a lot like the last time they played, where FaZe do it through 2-3-5.
Yeah, not done yet.
No.
But a lot of the times you were asking the other teams to sort of regain after a Surge clutch. This time through, you're asking Surge.
I think that's a good point, because you know, on one side you do have a ton of experience, even though like Simp and aBeZy, Excel, they're young players. They have won everything. They've seen
they're not
everything.
That young anymore.
They've gotten MVP. I know they still like seem young, maybe because I'm so old, but you know what I mean. Like they're young, but they're very, very experienced. When they get knocked down, you know they should be able to bounce back. They should have that capability. Now you test the other side of it, right? The rookies, like you just got laid out. You just let one slip away that you had no business losing. How do you respond? And this is it Lamar that has to, or is it just on the rookies internally to bring it back?
I think it's just between everyone. Like, let's play our game. I mean, we've been undefeated in hardpoint. We know they're impact players. If you want to get to Game 5, I'm looking at the likes of Pred and Mack. When we talk about Atlanta FaZe, I mean, we've watched it all year with the ways sometimes they've won this map and sometimes that they have lost it. But they are so good at P4 Church. But it's that rotation from P5 to P1. But earlier today, they had a clean one.
They did. It worked out exactly how they wanted to, right? For the few times.
Versus Thieves. Yeah, versus Thieves.
That made sense. That worked out. Okay, Surge to rebound. The rookies to try and make this championship Sunday. Put it all out there. Everything on the line in this elimination final. And Arcitys, who has been brilliant throughout this, keeps it going. That's 3 right off the rip for aLLeY.
Yeah, and I don't know, obviously, we know how talented he is. But in terms of a tournament, I think this is the most comfortable he has looked, especially in respawns with these guys around him this year.
And they're finding flurry of kill.
And they need to flip as well.
Flurry of kills again. Yeah, the flip is there. And one thing, if you haven't been watching a lot, I mean, the respawns have been so good for Surge. The hardpoint's been so good, but when we get to Church, that's one thing to keep an eye on for FaZe. The best team in the game, obviously, at that hard point. Can Surge do a better job dealing with that?
Can FaZe hit a good P2 hold? It feels like they're always sort of allowing teams back into the game.
As good as they are in Church, they're not great here.
See if Surge can break on through. Don't want to be down 60 or 70. Been able to clutch all week long, though. Fred, our Mountain Dew featured player, able to find one, but immediately traded out. But numbers going the way of Surge, and they're on the point.
Well, Mack just hung.
Well, they were on the point.
I mean, at least aBeZy was able to get a kill right before he gets shot in the back. He's just on the prowl. But so far, so good. You found time here, and we've been critical of FaZe on this point. But as they're finding the time, Surge are starting to burst back on through. Simp just trying to wait and lurk. Sees kind of the gun around the corner. Mack's gonna hit it. And they just all line up. Simp just soaking up time in the hard point. It's Cellium and aBeZy. They've got gun up.
They're gonna try to get out early. They're gonna try to get out early. See, I think Pred might spawn out here. Oh, never mind. Squad spawns.
Yep, he is good to go. But he's trying to flank this and split this push immediately. How fast he hits that, Pred does just that. And look at him. You got two players just worried about him before they can set up the push. You got 10 seconds off of this. But Surge, you needed time desperately, but the MVP is hitting his bullets.
Well, and this is the
just
concern.
Smoke them off the point. Dear God, 5 in a row for Cell.
It's what we saw at the end of Tuscany Control. It just felt like the teamwork from FaZe on point. They are making Surge look frantic.
6, 7. It's a glide and down fountain. Keep me alive. It's an aBeZy grenade. He's at 1 HP. Could have been tickled and he would have dropped, but it's a nade that's able to do it, but they are up 70. This is a lead. I mean, this was Surge enjoyed in the map long, but they haven't looked at a lot of holes like this.
No, now FaZe into their best hard point. Gonna try to lock this Churchill down. You have Civ just trying to get some pressure. Maybe he finds an opening, never mind. That guy has eyes in the back of his head.
No, there's like 17 doors here. They just got a Hodo or whatever you want usually. Just locking it down. But all right, Surge, they burst on through. Can you at least make a mess of this hard point? Don't allow them to consistently go for 35 to 40 points inside of it, and they get the break on through. You're spawning them out bottom right. You do a great job there on what has just been a money hard point for this FaZe team. Great job.
Yeah, but Cell has stayed alive the entire time, so spawns are still here for FaZe, and now the slaying is in. That's going to be 3 down. Pred, the last player, towards the front door, but he's all by his lonesome. Now the reinforcements are in. RC's locking it down with the auto, finds an MP40, he's picking that up, he's rolling, able to find 2, and Simp. I don't know what it is, but they're lining up and they're getting taken down.
I still think you did a pretty good job there for your Surge, right? You got in, you got some time, you broke it up a bit. It's a great job holding the spots for FaZe, but it wasn't like their cleanest hold. They've had better ones. The problem is the lead they had going into it.
Yeah, I think the issue here for Surge, right, is going to be if you were, thinking, how do we get back into this? It's this in P1. Even if you dominate at P5, you still have a glide on the side of Cell. But FaZe is in and they're trading. We talked about maybe pressure.
How long can you hold on to that glide?
4 and 14 for Simp. Has to regain big time.
Yeah, and he was an absolute unit at the start of that. Map 3, Pred just continues to hold, and that'll be 3 in a row for him. And maybe it's a question of, like, do you have enough gas in the tank? Like, you've been battling all day. FaZe certainly have gone to war as well, but Surge just been series after series, and now it's death after death in the kill feed. Surge have got to dig deep. You need your vet in accuracy to lead the way. You need your super rookies to go hard in the paint. Let's get to a listen in with Seattle Surge.
Come in as well, guys. Come in. Fire tree. Middle deck, come in. They go ready. I'm coming to fire tree. Stop church, I'm on church. Stop church. I have time. Top church cell, top church cell, top church cell.
I'm channeling.
I'm trying with them. D1 push. They're calling us straight. Top church.
Yeah. D left, only one shot, 2 left,
You got me, 2 there.
They're all one shot, bro.
Calling in on Nero. Oh my god, let me see, they're fucking choking right now.
Push right to BZ, push right to BZ.
Sell. I'm getting mid.
Alright, we're back in the fucking game, come on. This is the fucking
Tap right. One shot, back left. Absolute. He went ladder. Back left. There's any go windows on you.
Dig on me.
That is a hell of a sequence, and you gotta love the call from the vet. As Mack goes wild, accuracy. We are back in this, boys.
I mean, it's Mack at the start of that with a 2-piece to eat him out, and then 3 right there to find the scrap time. They're going to be a down around 40, but he is not wrong. They're right back into it. You heard Pred, they're choking. We can do this. They're just trying to say it, trying to put that energy out there, believe in one another.
Honestly, it's Pred that kind of gives that energy first, and accuracy follows it up, but you gotta love it. From either side of it, it's slowly. They are doing it. I have said multiple times, I still feel with FaZe, no lead is safe on Tuscan. I felt that way for months. I still feel that way, despite it being one of their better hard points, but they're still okay. But Surge, well, they're searching.
Still a lot of work to do, though. It's a nice set of kills for Atlanta FaZe. They have the spawns and nades were connecting. Surge trying to control Plat, but while that's happening, they're just soaking up time.
Whoa.
And of course, when they needed to play, guess who it is? It's 3 in a row for Cell. Trying to find number 4, there it is. This guy's just ready for it all, almost finds the 5th. They're gonna fight for the scrap time, kind of the way Atlanta FaZe likes to do it. They're relying on a break here at P3.
And aBeZy just sliding and dancing to try and make this transition a little more difficult.
Yeah, slows down the mid-map presence for Surge.
When you've got Simp ready to pounce from mid, just get the angles, and there it is, through you. He finds the kill on the cross. Cell right back to it, you lose 2. Okay, now you clear aBeZy out of the front line of this. You have a chance to get on the attack.
And I like that from Arcitys. Yeah, I like that, just trying to stay alive and buy time, and he buys enough time. Simp through middle alley, able to find one, but Simp, I feel like he's pulled out another auto, and now he's really starting to step it up.
Yeah, he started out really, really rough, but it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And slowly they're chipping away. 25 seconds up to the point, 5 in a row now for Simp. He is heating up, absolutely. Did he find another? Oh, the hop gets him to 6, but
gets him off time. Gets them off the time, though. Even if it's just for 5 seconds, you can see what Pred's thinking. I'm gonna hit this. Does not want to give up 10, and he's gonna find it.
Oh, the nade too.
Yeah, takes down Cellium.
Yeah, Cell was playing deep. Now, where are they gonna end up spawning? So both are gonna spawn bottom left towards old. They're gonna add the track over to church, so they're not gonna be in there. They're good at breaking, they're good at holding, but FaZe not gonna be in with the setup this time around. They're gonna need to find the opener. Now, what's the plan of attack? You have one lurking through deep. RC's trying to win a one-on-one fight if he can take it. Some shots in, it's aBeZy bursting through the front door. Him and Simp, the tiny terrors, trying to get on in. Up top we go, down low, through on the sides, through on the pre-fire, keeps on shooting. aBeZy with 2, and just like that, you bust back in the church. They're in control of aBeZy. He's the priest.
Gives them the spawns as well behind that first break. And now you're just slowing it down, you know, Surge. They gotta go, right? They have to play a little fast. You have the ARs, just gotta slow it down, locking down the lanes. That means easy time. As you have one player in Simp rotating to P5, just trying to find a nice position. These are the in-spotted Fountain. Mack trying to deal with him, and he does. Still within, you know, striking distance.
You're within Surge hero play distance is what you're within.
218, the way FaZe likes to play it, they gotta hold on.
You can't allow him, yeah, the scrap time just gets scary at this point, right? Just don't allow any easy entries. So far, so good. Simp getting a kill, staying up behind the nades, coming in. The crossfire through for Pred as well. But you lose the 3 other players. Everybody else falls. Now Pred having to scurry away as they look to regain. Every second feels like a dagger. But can Pred on the reposition, maybe find the opener? Mack, he's able to get 2 with the nade. Civ has a team kill, but they clear them out of the point for now, and right back in goes Surge.
I was just saying, Pred's had a couple of nades as well, right? He had tossed those out, finally throws out the stun. At least put a dead nade at the door. But he's gonna do it with the gunny. You're down 40 now, but we talked about the scrap time. It's the FaZe way. Can they do it? Trying to find the final 10 seconds. On rotation will be Simp.
Still accuracy there.
Oh, it's Mack. Well, yeah, I mean, it's deja vu on rotation, and accuracy's gonna win it.
So now that sets him a pinch for accuracy. When is he gonna hit? Is his teammates trying to win it on the other side of it? You're down to 40. You can do this now. Accuracy gets back into it. He does get one of the pinch, but FaZe finding the other kills on the outside. Hitting in through one side of you, then flooding the right side of the map and one lurking church side to try and cut off the reinforcements. Cell 31 and 16, just a bomb in this map 4, and he keeps on going out the double positive and 3 in a row. 10 points away from another finals dance. Could it be 4 in a row for Simp and aBeZy? Simp says goddamn right it is as he picks up a triple. FaZe make the run, they close it out. It's another final showdown for the Tiny Tears. They do it again. 4 in a row. And again. And for the other two, 3 in the last 4 years. Arcitys and Black Ops 4, Cell and MW. Trying to find another ring as all of these guys. Seattle Surge, a hell of a fight. Listen, I didn't have him get top 3. I'm sure some did. It's not like they weren't capable of it, obviously, but I didn't have them here. They made a run, man, and maybe you run out of gas a little bit. It is hard to play at this level with the level of competition that we've got. Oh, that long today, just match after match.
I don't know if they ran out of gas as much as like a clutch moment doesn't go their way.
Yeah, true.
Right? I mean, finally in a control. I mean, unbelievable stuff from Atlanta FaZe. But Surge were, it just felt like every match there was another one, and they kept staying alive and staying alive. Undefeated in hardpoint, but can't always rely on that. It is tough to do, especially when you're in top 3 contention.
And I mean, the Tuskens, you start to close some of these out. If you are FaZe, I still get worried all the time because it feels like they're maybe on the brink of throwing it away, but they get it done there. And look at your MVP, 32 and 16, but damage-wise, I mean, Arcitys, he's leading the way across the 8 players. 4K damage up for him. One hell of a series from Arcitys.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Alec a ton of love. I really am. I just think, obviously, there were moments where you could just tell him and aBeZy were struggling, especially in finals, and those two have stepped it up this week.
Well, I think what's made this team so deadly since their inception is just you have so much talent. To the point where like Arcitys has been one of the best ARs in the game at points of his career that you sometimes like forget about him because there's so much talent around him. But what's made them so deadly is like when somebody has an off match, there's another superstar to pick it up. But at times this year, it's multiple players just getting fried. It's hard to overcome like 2 players getting dominated. But when someone is struggling a bit and Arcitys is there just to put up the numbers, yeah, it's got to help so much.
No, it does. And now we had a best of 9 with LA Thieves and Atlanta FaZe.
I think we both had that final just both different ways, right?
Yeah,
no, you did have OpTic, that's right.
I did.
I had FaZe getting there through winners, I think, but this is the final I had. I thought, for me, I'm not shocked to see this because it was 2 things. Thieves, they are clicking, they're playing the game the right way at the right time. FaZe, they have been the consistent force all year. Well, okay, since they've formed, they have been the consistent force. This is the final I expected. Here we go.
Should be a blast tomorrow. Well, that's it for you and I.
Yeah.
Another year down. We're getting old.
No, I was just thinking about it. Yeah, you and I have casted together. It's like our 5th year now. It's like longer than I've casted with anybody else combined, which is just nuts. I love you.
I love you.
God, you're beautiful. Okay, that's enough for Joe and I as we speak of our love. It does it for us, but we've got Blaze on stage and Simp, he does it again.
Gosh, I got a tear in my eye. I love you too as well, Maven and Merc, but it is FaZe coming out on top. Give it up for them. Man, I got the tiny tear on stage. Simp, this series was wild, and you know, when it comes down to the history of champs, you lost your first series just an hour or so ago, but you came back and you snapped here on Surge. How did you guys come out and get this dub?
I mean, honestly, after the LET series, we kind of just had to wipe it from the mind. You know, I feel like we didn't play the game that we normally play in respawns. You know, our searches have been fire this weekend, but I feel like against them, we kind of been blacklustering in the teamwork side of things. So we kind of just went backstage, wiped it, and you know, treated this like a new match because there's a loser's bracket and we can still make this run, so.
Yep, and you guys can still do it, okay? You've made it to the grand finals to defend that championship. Now, in this series, man, actually, I want to talk about the map 3, because you guys won 2 awesome rounds in control, especially that round 5. What was your mindset going in there? Just all offense, punch him in the mouth? What was going on?
Yeah, I think we kind of just had the mindset of we got to run at these guys, we got to show some aggression, because I feel like most of the time we were kind of letting them do whatever they wanted, especially on the boat cage. So we just kind of had aggression, we had game plans in mind, and we executed, and it definitely showed.
Hey, you definitely did. Now, in your career, you got 2 rings to your names, okay? You already won champs twice. You're going up to get a possible 3rd. What do you want to say to these fans out there? What do you want to say to your team and everyone who's been supporting you?
You know, everyone who supports us and FaZe and everyone involved, they know how important this is. We all appreciate you guys so much who support us. I feel, you know, I don't even know what to say, but you guys are the GOATs. You know we love you guys, and without you guys, you know, we have nothing to play for, so thank you.
Hey, it don't matter if it's love or hate. These guys are here to accept it all. That's going to do it for me and Simp on the stage. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Blaze. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Seattle Surge 3rd place here at the 2022 CDL champs, and man alive, what a hard-fought battle, what a hard-fought year it's really been for them. I think that organization and the whole team, all the players on that squad really should be holding their heads high.
Oh, yeah.
No one expected that from them this season. They have proved us all wrong. What a run it was. GG's. GG's, Jay.
It's definitely a GG's. Obviously, if you're Seattle, you wanted to make it to that championship game, but you fall short to Atlanta FaZe. They beat you early on in the tournament, all the way in round number 11, and then they clutch up here and get it done in 4. It's just like, the biggest turning point has to be that control. Like, Seattle have back-to-back defenses and simply could not close it out. Wow. The way that Atlanta FaZe were able to play that, you heard Simp in his interview, non-stop aggression. They did not slow down once. That eventually allows aBeZy and Cellium to both get a glide bomb. It's chalk from that
It's those instant pushes towards B, man. They're just so aggressive. I mean, we were in the green room talking about it's the coffin dance.
Yeah.
It's the classic FaZe, man. And then something felt different with the fundamentals in this series, though, man. When you look at FaZe, typically on that Tuscan, when they've been losing it, it's the P5 into P1, but also the P2. We've seen multiple times them trying to hit the front. This time they had the back spawns. They played it correctly. They were rotating. You could tell they didn't want to let these games get away from them. Like, we heard it in the listening on the side of Seattle. Like, these guys are choking. No, they're not. They're just rotating. They're just playing their lives. Big plays out of Atlanta, man. They look totally different in this series.
They really did. Well, we're going to go take a look at them now, and I'm glad you brought up the control, because that is going to be our scuff play of the game. We're giving it to the end of that control. 2 offensive rounds, Jay. Crazy stuff.
This is crazy stuff, man, because obviously if you're Seattle, you've been holding strong on the defensive end the entire time. But when Atlanta FaZe come out swinging, get it clean for dead, you see the aggression that they put on through the middle of the map. You're winning all your gunfights at this B point. As long as you're winning the trade, you're setting yourself up for success. And keep in mind, they still have 2 glide bombs to work with at this point. When you capture that B point, we all know how difficult it is to hold down A, especially when you have some kill streaks to work with. Seattle just simply could not do anything those final 2 rounds. Everything that Atlanta FaZe were doing was all working. Non-stop aggression. Obviously, Cellium, he does what he does as, man. Like, what did he have? Like a 1.5? The guy is unbelievable.
I think one of the scariest things about Atlanta FaZe, and they've done it all season, is that at some point in a series, they can just turn it on. Like, they can just flip that switch and suddenly, like, literally everything is in their favor. 1.44 out of Cellium. I mean, come on. Anybody surprised? I'm not surprised. I know the rest of you aren't. RC, so with 1.13, I'm very happy to see such a bounce back from him. I feel like it's been a little bit of some inconsistency there, so very big series out of him specifically. And Simp in that last map, you know, I was talking about going into this, I think that was going to be the player to watch, and he was the player that turned up during that Tuscan hardpoint. And we talk about Atlanta FaZe, we talk about the fundamentals, we talk about how they were struggling to rotate in the beginning of the season, but their break percentage was really high heading into stage 4. They had 11% break percentage. That's why they kept losing. I was so happy to see them slow down, like Simp said, retake the pace of the game, stop letting Seattle do what they want, and we saw the Atlanta FaZe that is going to be making it into champs tomorrow in the grand finals versus the LA Thieves.
Alley Cat, ladies and gentlemen, she's on fire. Let's recap, though, real quick, exactly what went down with Seattle, because what a run it was, all the way back to their matchup with Toronto. Seattle had one hell of a day, one that they will be definitely reliving in their minds and for the longest of time. I mean, the highs, the lows, you name it.
I mean, they start off with a win against Ultra. Just a tough loss seeing Ultra, you know, go home. But Pred, I mean, just incredible. Once again, the guy is just going off in every single series. Like, this guy's the Rookie of the Year for good reason. He put on a show throughout every single day, every single series that they had. And hey, that's a hell of a run, dude. These guys in stage 4, they had a big drop-off. To turn it around in the 2 weeks coming into champs, it's commendable.
better late than never, right? For a couple of teams, that has been the story, though, here is certainly Jay. I mean, Toronto, another team that had a bit of a rough run. We could go through everyone, but, I mean, what is it with you, Jay? With Seattle Surge, we were worried about them getting tired. We were worried about them having a long day like this and having to have such tough matches. Do you think that was the case? Was it necessarily just running out of steam?
It definitely didn't run out of steam. It's just like when you lose a map the way that they did on that control, that does devastating things to your mental. You're just sitting there like, we had that map. We should be up 2-1 in this series. And even if they beat it on this Tustin hard point, we should be able to force that game number 5. But it's not take away from it. 2 rookies on the squad getting top 3. Very typical performance.
Crazy matchup again we had, of course. OpTic Texas going up against the New York Subliners. Again, another elimination matchup. And smoked indeed. aLLeY, what happened here?
I mean, it was right after the first Tuscan, right? OpTic clutch up in that Tuscan hardpoint, 250, 237. And from then on, I mean, it was an absolute smoke show. Scump and Shotzzy, the SMG duo, they just started absolutely popping off. You know, it was Scumpy showing why he's the king, right? At one point, he was 24 and 17. They 3-1 in the Gavutu, which they got rolled versus LA Thieves yesterday. So it was a complete regain from the likes of OpTic Texas. We said goodbye to the New York Subliners and the Cinderella story. Unfortunately, that was the end of their run, but still, such an impressive turnaround for the New York Subliners. And
yeah, I mean, on this map too, on the Gavutu control, it was like running into an iron fist. New York could not do anything, dude. Like every time they tried to get pushed up boat, there was nothing they could do. Shotzzy or Scump was just in their face, killing them repeatedly. OpTic was just on fire this year. It's one of those classic OpTic series that you remember from stage 1. Nothing New York was able to do there.
Crazy stuff. Well, now, time for our Game Fuel tactical play. This comes from the LA Thieves going up against Atlanta FaZe, and it is another crazy control round. Jay, do you remember this one, mate? It feels like a lifetime ago, but it was literally the perfect setup.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't know why teams are still playing the Thieves on this map. Obviously, you don't want to play them on Gavutu, but we watched them a lot on this Berlin. The way that they are able to set up their execution towards this A push, you have multiple players just taking their time towards train, but then it's all about the flank. This is where you allow your SMGs to bleed playmakers, and when they get those kills, you have top plat control, you have train control, you watch your flank, all you have to do is watch in front of you, and we know that everybody on the Thieves have definitely been shooting straight recently.
The guns are up. There was a firing squad there on the zone. They're going to be feeling fantastic going into tomorrow. A grand finals now, and of course they're going to be playing Atlanta FaZe. Now, that wasn't the last match of the night, of course. We had to say goodbye to one other team, and that was OpTic Texas in their matchup against Seattle Surge. Man alive. And this was another nail-biting screamer of a match.
I mean, dude, every single match that we have had here has just been a nail-biter. Yeah. We could say it for every single one. For OpTic Texas, once again, they ran into a tough team in Seattle Surge. Like, they had so much to work on in such a short span, and, you know, they get back-to-back top 4s. I honestly wasn't really expecting OpTic to turn it around so quick, but they did. The Surge looked decent at times here. They had some big clutches and some round 11s, but ultimately, it's just not enough, man. These guys weren't able to figure it out in time.
Yeah, not enough. A tough year for them as well, of course, dealing with iLLeY's injury, set them back quite a bit. They can hold their heads high, of course. That Major 1 victory was impressive. Top 4, that is it, though. Seattle Surge, this was the end of their run. Also, again, having to go up against a very mean Atlanta FaZe, and that was that. All she wrote here on the Saturday of Champs 2022. Man, what a tournament it has been. I'll never get over it. Quick look at how everything has gone down so far. A single match is all that remains, and man, it feels like a lifetime, guys, since we started this tournament. So much has happened. So much has gone down. Crazy moments, great memes, a couple of dreams getting crushed. Still, dreams to be made. That grand final tomorrow. Thieves, FaZe, all on the line. $1.2 million, championship rings, and legacies in the making. Ooh. Second place, not too bad either. Like 650K. Ain't bad, is it?
That's more
than
first used to be at champion. For 1.2 M's, but that's a hell of a jump from second to first. Also, legacy on the line. Like, Atlanta's trying to cement themselves best of all time. Think about all the things people have said about the LA Thieves players. Octane as well. So much history on the line in this match.
Tremendous stuff, guys. Don't worry, you're going to be seeing all of it right here on the same place. That is where it all goes down. 12 p.m. Pacific, Sunday, August 7th. Be there or be, I mean, anywhere else in the world, you'll be regretting it. You can watch the VOD, though, but you don't want to miss it live. You want to see the whole thing right here on youtube.com/COD League. Also, though, not only do we have some kick-ass Call of Duty Vanguard action, we've got some news about Modern Warfare 2. What is next for the franchise? We will get an inside look at all that with a special guest interview also taking place tomorrow. So it's a big day, COD fans. I mean it. Turn off your phone, lock up your family and friends, your pets. If you're having a watch party, that's one thing. 6 feet if you're outdoors, whatever, man. And you know what? Just be there, friends. Just be there. It's going to be a great day. We're going to have a wonderful time with you, like it or not. I'll be there. The desk will be there. Final thoughts, friends, before we turn this place inside out.
Vanguard has been insane all year long. And the best two teams, at least the way that they ended, the most consistent team all year long, Atlanta FaZe make it to the grand finals. LA Thieves trying to go for the back-to-back in their hometown. Tomorrow's going to be insane.
No one's been able to do it yet, aLLeY. Is tomorrow the day for the Thieves?
Do you want to hear all my breakdowns right now? I got to keep it to myself. You guys will hear from me tomorrow. But, wow, we got through it. 5 games in 1 day. It was an incredible run, and I can't wait tomorrow.
And final words to the crowd before we throw it away.
It has been a long day. Tomorrow is going to be amazing. I cannot wait for the finals. I'm going to save my thoughts for top tomorrow because it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. We really will. Well, guys, thank you so much for sticking out this incredible day of Call of Duty action through the spills, chills, thrills, and a little bit of a technical delay. But hey, it wouldn't be a crazy day without something happening here in the COD League. We will do this all again tomorrow. One final match to decide the victor of the 2022 season. Champs, ladies and gentlemen, has been unforgettable. On behalf of myself, the desk, everyone here in the Gainland Center, and everyone here at the CDL, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm coming back with a new rap, lighting up the dark on a new path. Never can be stopped, I'ma prove that. Tough as a rock, I'm a shot, I'm a champion. Brighten up the night like a full moon. Ready for the challenge, overcoming too. Never can be stopped, yeah, the chains loose. Ready for the fight, do it right. I'm a trick by brick, never stick by stick. We gon' build it so strong, basic grit by grit. You thought I wouldn't make it, it was inch by inch. Moving step by step, quicksand so thick. Pain bite like a bit, but I got a fire in me. It just lit like a bomb tick tick. I move like the champs do, microphone spit. Lyrics in the mix, make you smile against a pig. Finna hit another level, turning up the bass and the treble. Fighting opposition like a rebel. Gotta make you feel it, never settle. Getting real, boy, like Geppetto. Hard like some metal. I can feel the weight every single day. Boy, we gaining power. Victory awaits. We about to break through the gate. Stepping on the scene like a grape. I'm coming back with a new rap. Lighting up the dark on a new path. Never can be stopped, I'ma prove that. Tough as a rock, I'm a shot, I'm a champ. Brighten up the night like a full moon. Ready for the challenge, overcoming too. Never can be stopped, yeah, the chains loose. Ready for the fight, do it right, I'm a champion. Building up muscle mass week to week. Let's go. The heart of a champion, beat to beat.